Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tea Time with Princess Glammy and John. As you can see, I've got my tea and my crumpets, and I'm so excited to be back with Glammy. We are going to discuss everything Bravo, of course, all of the Housewives and all the stuff that's happening on this every Wednesday at this time. Tweet us your questions at hashtag YRR if you have anything to ask us. I'm so excited to be back. We've got tons of Bravo shows happening. And what's going on with you, Glammy? I missed you.
Missed you too. Well, what's happened with us? We've had Christmas, we've had Thanksgiving, we've had everything happen. My birthday was yesterday.
Your birthday yesterday. Happy belated birthday. I cannot believe that I was actually texting you about details for today's show, and I didn't even look at Facebook for a half a second to see if it was your birthday. And when I saw that, I texted you and said, "I'm sorry, I just did a brandy."
Yeah, and I know, Cole, you in the phone is brandy. So.
Or when I do something stupid.
Okay, brandy.
Oh my gosh. So yes, we have been on a hiatus, but we are back on a weekly schedule. So excited to do that. We're also going to talk about not just Bravo shows, but we're just going to talk about ourselves as well. Grammy actually has a blog, a cooking blog, and if you're lucky enough to be friends with her on Facebook, you will see some of the amazing stuff that she cooks. It's gorge.
Well, thank you.
What did you make last night?
I didn't do anything last night because it was my birthday, so my husband brought me Chinese.
Oh, I saw that.
Mm-hmm. But I do make Chinese too when I can be bothered. So.
You do, and now the thing is that do you find, because you take so much time, I mean, you're the kind that makes their own pasta, like you roll the dough and everything.
Yeah.
Are you very critical when you go to restaurants?
I'm really bad. I'm really, really bad. I went to Carrabba's recently and was like, why the hell are we sitting here? Because I could have made such a better job at home,
Oh, yeah. So, you're fabulous in the kitchen. You make everything from scratch. Your ingredients are great. Do you ever go to, Taco Bell or anything like that?
No.
Never.
I go to Papa's. There's this new restaurant. It's family-owned, and they have their own farm. So it's this Mexican place in town. They've now got 3 locations, and I go there. But I don't do... I've had McDonald's once in probably 3 or 4 years.
But do you have a fast food guilty pleasure?
No. Maybe Five Guys fries. I do like those. Those
are some greasy fries.
They're fabulous. I put vinegar on them and.
Oh gosh, yeah, you Brit it up.
Mm-hmm.
You Brit it up. Speaking of Brits, are you the one that told me? Are Ladies of London coming back to Bravo?
I think they are because Caroline keeps posting things on Facebook about we're filming and.
Yes.
And I don't know what's happening because of the accident that happened.
And that was Nicole, who's from Seattle.
Yeah.
Who lives in London, who had the boyfriend with the messy divorce.
Yeah.
And we covered that last year.
He fell out of the window, I believe, and was impaled on the railings and died. I was like...
That's like a horror movie.
I know. Could you imagine being the person walking by with the Burberry umbrella going, what is that? I mean, oh my God, talk about traffic.
I would be the one walking by with the Burberry umbrella. Holy, I was horrified. I mean, I can't even remember if it was...
Wasn't it Scott? Scott was his name, right? Scott?
Gosh, I felt so bad.
It was terrible. And it was right before Christmas.
And so, do we know if they have kind of put it as a suicide?
No, I think it was a complete accident. He fell. He was either cleaning something or leant against the window, and it opened and he fell out. It was like, oh my God, my God.
Is he tall? Was the railing up to his knees and he just went, whoa, what's going on? No?
I don't know. I think it was one of those windows that, it was like the 3rd floor of one of these, I think it was Marylebone, I'm not sure where they were in London. But I think it was one of these windows that had like a window box you could sit in. And it opened and he fell out. It was really a freak accident, so.
Well, it's absolutely horrible, but I love the Ladies of London. I really enjoy covering it with you. Let's jump into some other Bravo shows. The Shaws of Sunset are back. Are
Oh,
you watching? Are you keeping up with
I
the Shaws?
love Shaws. I don't understand what the hell's going on with the new cast members that seem to be, I don't know, like causing lots of drama with Mike. Well, basically with everybody. But the new husband is like fist fighting with people and.
Well, the thing is that I'm kind of noticing a trend. Like last season, wasn't it Gigi Gonessa?
Yeah,
Who
Gomez.
was everybody targeted her?
I love her. I've loved her since the moment she said, "If somebody's going to have a knife, you may as well call it, Bert, or whatever
Right.
she called it." And I think she's really misunderstood. I mean, she's a spoiled baby. I love her to pieces, but she's a true friend to these people.
Yeah.
And, Reza was on his kick about her last year, and Reza's character, he's, I don't know. I used to be my favorite. Um, he seems to. I don't know. Has it gone to his head that he's famous?
hmm I sat next to him and his boyfriend in LA recently.
Adam
hmm
and
At a vegetarian place, and they're really. Reza talks about his weight all the time. Actually, Reza looks really good. He doesn't look chubby or fat or anything. He's actually pretty attractive. Adam's absolutely adorable.
well, why is he going? What's he doing with the Saddam Hussein hairstyle? Have you seen the new hairstyle? It's like
I
Saddam
have.
Hussein. I'm like, cut it down.
Yeah, you
What's he
try.
trying to do?
Glammy, you're a woman. You try things, sweetie. We don't know. I don't know if they're going to work. How they're
Yeah,
gonna
well, I've
look.
got highlights. I had highlights.
I'm actually playing with my hair because I washed it just for you. Just,
Oh, you bathed for me. It's been what, since November, since you've had a bath?
pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
No.
But yeah, Reza seems to be his character on the show. He's obviously playing a character on the show.
Well, I think everybody is. I think we're all kind of starting to see that. I mean, he's the Persian gay Gandhi or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, whatever he calls himself, yeah. This window light is making me look 20 pounds heavier. I'm completely washed out. I shouldn't have sat here.
You look good. I don't know what you're talking about. Is mine? Mine's the window light too.
See, but I'm so pale that I look like I've got a double chin. Oh, I should get a suntan. I live in Florida and wear sweaters.
In Florida, you're pale.
Yeah. I know, it's 85. I hardly ever go outside. I don't like it. I hate the heat. I want snow and rain. I should be living in Seattle.
We should switch because that's you're just in the weather I like.
I'll take your man. You can take mine. He'll buy you this for your birthday. Hold on a sec. He'll buy you these for your birthday.
But I can't cook as well as you, though. Is that?
He doesn't care. He likes fast food. He'll be fine with that.
He sounds like a dream.
He likes sex multiple times a week. It gets tiring.
And mine will give you Burberry.
Well, I've got Burberry somewhere. But if you would like to switch, my husband will demand sex at least 3 times a week. So there you go. Been together for 20 years, and he still won't shut up about it.
How do you do it?
He says he gets hangry when it's hungry for sex or food. So, hangry. I'm hangry.
That could be a new hashtag, hangry.
Hangry.
Yeah, mine's pretty horny too. So, mine's fixing a cord right now downstairs. So, no, I'm kidding. Would never do that with a lady on the call. Vanderpump Rules. Do you watch Vanderpump Rules?
I do. I love Vanderpump Rules.
Do you?
I do. I love it.
I kind of feel like I'm like 80 years old watching it.
Well, yeah, but they used a word that I just died at, and I couldn't believe that they said it. What the hell was it? It was a ridiculous word. Oh, for reals. I'm like, who puts a Z on the end of real? I mean, nobody. But Vanderpump Rules, I really do like it. I do think I like Tom, and I like the other Tom, and I love Jax. Jax actually lived not far from us. He lived, 30 minutes up the road before he moved. He seems to forget to mention that part. He keeps claiming he's from Wisconsin and went straight to Miami. That's not entirely true. Of course, it's Jax, so it wouldn't be true. But he lived up north of Tampa, and I like him. I think he really brings a lot to the show. I mean, every time he opens his mouth, you know he's causing trouble. So, Kristen, the crazy bitch, crazy. She is just a crazy bitch.
So if you had to be locked in an elevator with Kristen or Brandi Glanville, who would it be?
Probably Brandi. I really would, because I think Brandi, when she's sober, isn't a fucking raging nutcase. Sorry, we forgot to put the whole... John's got a mouth like a sailor, and it's just, rubbing off on me.
It's an adult show.
Yeah. I think Brandi is probably okay when she's not drinking and not playing a part. She's...
Don't you think Kristen on Vanderpump is playing a part as well?
No, I think she's nuts. I think
She's
anyone
crazy.
that stalks an ex-boyfriend... I think she's probably done it to previous boyfriends, too. I think she can, let it go. And
well, she's like 10 years older than James, right? And you kind of feel sorry for James a little bit, like...
Yeah. But James is going to... James... I think he's going to be protected by Lisa somehow.
Yeah.
Those
Brits stay together, don't they?
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
So with James, I don't know if he'll stay. I don't know if he's a good enough character to be on the show without Kristen.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he starts sleeping with, I don't know, Jax or something. I don't know if there's enough there. So, but the Katie, she's really getting. She wants a ring. And Tom, is it Tom? Yeah, Tom Sandoval, Tom, whatever. He doesn't want. He gave her a ring on a string or something, and then it's Schwartz. And then Scheana got married, and that. Did you see Sheena's wedding dress?
I actually liked it. No.
You're gonna look back. You look back and you go, "Oh my God, that dress was so 70s." When she looks back, her kids are gonna go, "Where's the rest of it?" Oh, I was on a TV show and I'm known for wearing tube tops, which I never noticed that she was known for that.
If it was made of like denim, I would absolutely agree with you. But it was all sewn and pearled and
it was
stuff
a pretty
like it was
dress. I just
supposed to.
didn't know if it was supposed to be a wedding dress, and I didn't know that she was known for wearing these tube top things. So it was kind of shocking to me. I was like, she's known for wearing tops like that?
I'd have to go back, or our viewers will have to tell us on Twitter or in our comment in our room. And Sheena's probably just been in the background so much, I haven't really noticed. I don't know. The way we're talking about this, I don't know if I'm the Stassi of the show or you are. I'm trying to figure it out.
You're the Stasi of the show. Actually, Eric's probably Stasi.
Oh, Eric's the Stassi of the show. And speaking of Stassi, where was she? I didn't realize that she wasn't on the show until they just did the Secrets Revealed.
She's been on the show. She's just not been interacting with anybody.
A lot of her scenes were cut.
Oh, really? Well, did you notice that Vale, who was on the show, she's no longer supposedly on Twitter, and she just disappeared and wasn't even at the reunion? I don't know. I don't.
Just doing being a Sir Hostess is hard.
Yeah, let's go move to the.
So terrible. Just because of that, I think I am the Stassi of the show, and I'm okay with it, people. Okay, so don't judge me. All right. So we've talked about
Shaw's and Vanderpump Rules.
Mm-hmm. Do you watch Fashion Queens at all? No.
A little bit, but the boys or girls, or however they want to be, I don't know what is the correct terminology for those two. They seem to be getting more and more flamboyant with every season. I mean,
yeah.
Derek J is now wearing,
full dresses.
And don't get me wrong, I adore both of them, and I think it's really strange that those two have got a spin-off show, and it's successful, and Nene can't even get 2 seasons of her, Nene Happily Ever After, or whatever that is,
Do we want Nene?
No, but Kim Zolciak posted yesterday on Facebook that she was filming, so I take it she's filming, season 15, whatever she's on now, and
And I miss her.
I do, and I think they want her back on Atlanta because to me Atlanta sucks. I don't like it.
All right, so let's jump into Atlanta because we're kind of hovering around there. Um, it kind of does. It hasn't really sucked as far as what we've seen with like Apollo and all that stuff happening with Phaedra.
Right.
Do you have empathy for Phaedra at all?
No.
No.
Her divorce attorney nailed her last week when she said, "But you knew he was in jail before you married him, so why marry him?" And she's like,
Trusted him.
You know?
She's following her heart.
No, I think she needed a man. She needed a man to get on the show.
Brandy because she doesn't have a man.
Yeah, but Brandy did have a man at one point. Phaedra, I think, thought it would be better for her to have the family and be Southern and all that sort of stuff.
And religious.
Yeah, and she's so none of those things.
Well, Father, I don't know. Gloria, God babe, girl. I mean, I love it. I love black churches. I've been to one. I love the singing. It's like
my brother-in-law went to a all black church in like Haiti or something, and he said that it was fabulous. It was music and dancing and singing, and he said he'd never experienced anything like that here in the States. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Phaedra even goes to church. I thought I read something a couple of days ago that she's been traveling so much with some book she's promoting that she's not even been home, and her mom's got her kids. Or I don't know. Just gossip.
That's all we can do.
And I don't like do not like Nene at all on Atlanta right now because, I mean, she's doing these, like, what was it, an intervention or what therapy session with everybody, and then she walks out.
No, it was absolutely ridiculous. First, when the girls went to visit what's her name on the island, when she invited them all for her music release song, and her and Claudia got into it, and Claudia, I'm sorry, nailed her. On Watch What Happens Live, they did a poll. Viewers say Nene won. Bull crap. Claudia won. Claudia clocked her. You know, and I think it's nice to finally see someone putting Nene in her place. Because, just like you said, she organizes this therapy session. The first thing out of her mouth is, "Oh, you don't represent me. Oh, you're not the one that, you don't know me like that." And it's just like, are you effing crazy? I mean, come on.
Well, did you hear when Nene comes out downstairs and she starts threatening her own therapist about his license? I'm like, what? I was like, you don't do that. I mean, what did the man do apart from nothing was happening? She's like, I was ganged up on. It wasn't fair. I'm like, bullshit. You started it. I mean, she's like pointing fingers and it's you and you. And I'm like, oh my god, I don't understand. I really didn't understand that at all.
Well, you know, she feels ganged up on, but she's kind of in the middle of everything.
She is the one that is parting the seas. She's the one in the middle. She's like, you over there and you over there. And she doesn't understand that the talls and the smalls are actually mingling together now. And she doesn't like it. And now they're going to Manila, and I don't even think she goes. Because she's, you know, Cinderella or something. This stepmother on Broadway at that point. Did you ever hear any reviews about that show?
I heard she did a good job, and the Housewives went and supported her, and that was one of, I think, Teresa Giudici's last outings before she went to jail.
Well, talking about Teresa, let's go to Real Housewives of New Jersey now. I just read something yesterday that Andy Cohen does these little chit-chat things with his secretary or something and puts them on air, like his Daily Dish or something, his talking blog. And they've been trying to get in touch with Teresa through Dina to get on the email list so he can correspond with Teresa, but Teresa hasn't put him on the list. So she doesn't want to talk to Andy. I don't think she wants to talk to Andy right now until it's time for her to come out and she can negotiate a really good contract. I think she's going to keep him at why talk to him now?
I would respond to that as Teresa being a smart businesswoman, but obviously that's not true because she's in jail because of it. But what I'm saying is that, you know what, why should she let him in unless she's getting a paycheck for it, right?
Exactly. So, that's what I think is going to happen. Wait until later on when she can negotiate a huge paycheck, and he's swearing that she's not coming back, like, oh my God, she won't take my calls. And then suddenly she'll accept $1 million a season, you know? So that's what I was thinking about that. But I don't know if New Jersey is even interesting enough to want to watch with or without. I would watch it to see how she acts after she comes out of jail. But I don't know if it's enough to keep me watching the show, because I'm over Atlanta, kind of sort of over New Jersey, and I do love Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is my favorite, and then followed by Orange County. But I mean, and then
New York.
New York. I hated New York last season. In fact, I've hated it since Bethany left. But
really,
the bee is back. And I think it might actually be really, really cool. I know with New York, you've got Ramona not pretending her life's fabulous and admitting that her husband's left her. And is, so there's that. You've got Luann back. It looks like Luann's back full-time, which is great, because she should never have been put as a friend.
So excited about that. I'm so excited about the trailer with her hangover. Be cool.
I think Bethany did an interview last weekend with Andy where she said that she was actually embarrassed at some points to be a housewife. And I don't know. I mean, I just got a text message asking, what do you think about the feud between Bethany and Jill? That was from Bernardo.
Oh.
I
have to say hi to Bernardo. Hi, Bernardo. We missed you.
Well, I think Jill's never going to be over the feud, but I think Bethany's so far past it. She said that she ran into somebody. Oh, no, she ran. Bethany said she ran into Kelly Ben Simone at a party, and it was cordial. So, it was no crazy island moments. But I don't know. I think there's no reason for somebody like Bethany to have Jill in her life. I mean, why?
I don't want Jill in my life. I don't miss her on the show.
Neither do I.
Starting to drive me absolutely nuts, bringing in the sister who does the radio show and the mom, and now we're all writing a book together,
and
constantly sitting in that king-size bed, talking over pictures with their accents. I mean, that was my New York accent.
That was New York, was it really?
I'm just trying. You try things, Glammy. You try things.
Sometimes.
But no, I'm excited about New York. I love my Carol Roswell. Love her. I'm glad Aviva's
having a meltdown in the promos. Aviva's gone, thank God.
Yay!
I couldn't stand her or her horny father. I mean, good Lord.
See, I'm gonna miss George. I'm gonna miss George. Hey, let me go down there. Let me do that to you. George was hilarious. He was just kind of a character. Boo-ba-doo, boo-boo-boo. So it was funny. I loved it. I loved him. Aviva, really, the last-ditch effort was throwing that leg, right? It still didn't save her.
Yeah. But it was so contrived that's why it didn't save her, because if it had happened at any other time, it wouldn't have been bad. Now, Aviva's done a lot for the Boston Marathon survivors and stuff like that, but they never showed any of the good side of her. It was just this crazy, messed up side of her being, like, super jealous of everybody. And if they'd gone down the road of actually who she is as a person, it probably would have been great. But
well, the biggest thing I was disappointed with is once Carol and once all three of them got on the show, they sat and had lunch before they kind of met all the other girls, and they all kind of made a pact saying, you know what, we're not going to turn on each other. We're going to stay together. And Aviva kind of turned on them, and it was...
Aviva was texting bad shit to, like, Radar Online as she was leaving that meeting, I guarantee it. We're never going to turn on each other as she's texting. Yeah.
I'm going to listen to everything that you say. Constantly pay attention. Awesome. So our ladies of Melbourne are back.
Yes, they're back. There's something off about this season. There's Petticoat, or whatever her name is, Petty, whatever the fuck it is. She's
I'm going to be wearing a petticoat next week on our show. Right? I almost need a little bit.
No, it's Petty. I don't know what her name is. Petty something. she's fucking petty, in my opinion. She is such a bitch. Just because you have money does not mean that you treat everybody like shit. I mean, who does she think she is?
It sounds like you need to reflip the bitch.
Yes, and this whole bitch thing, you know, everything. She is the bitch. She is a straight up bitch. You know, flip it, the bitch, or whatever the hell it's called. And why would anyone call? Well, I wouldn't buy a book called that. I just wouldn't do it.
Well, what I don't understand is you can say the title as much as you want, but it still doesn't tell us really what it's about. I mean, I get it's kind of finding your inner bitch. Maybe I don't get it because I have.
No, I think it's about. I think most of us have that. It's, you know, but I think it's about a self-empowerment book, and being a bitch is not being in power. It's just being a bitch.
Yeah.
So that's it. I don't like her. Can't stand the sight of her. The other one, Gamble.
I like Gamble.
I don't understand a word she's saying, just like most of the viewers don't understand what I'm saying, but...
Because she talks like that, and it's hard to read her lips, because she's, you know...
I like my doggy. What? I'm just like... And of course she's supposedly an ex-whore or something, ex-hooker, stripper, pole dancer, something, apparently, as per Janet.
I love a good whore. I love a good whore.
Everybody likes a nice whore. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But as per Janet, who is now... like the evil bitch on the show. I mean, Janet has decided that she's just going to spread rumors about everybody. And I'm like, didn't this get you in all sorts of shit last year, you know? Oh, yeah, this whole thing. I was like, what is going on with this? I mean,
everyone in Elmhorn. Everyone in Elmhorn.
Everybody knows. I'm like, what?
I love the friend that she was sitting down next to. Isn't that a stripper move?
Oh, yeah, that was funny. That was, yes, I like that. That was funny as hell. I did like that. That was really cool. That was fun.
I love Gamble. I think that if you're not really doing anything, you're into your dogs, and you can do Pilates twice a day and only eat one meal.
Well, how? Who has the energy to do Pilates twice a week, let alone twice a day? I mean, isn't it what kind of Pilates is she doing? Is this her Pilates for the day?
You're only eating one meal.
I don't understand that either. There's something wrong with her psychologically.
As I'm getting older, I mean, my blood sugar starts to drop. I need something.
I've been drinking green smoothies for like months, and I love them. And I don't have enough. What is that? Oh, my computer just says something to me. They're really. I make them by myself every day, and they're really, really good for you. But I don't understand this whole 1 meal a day thing. I thought your metabolism stopped if you didn't eat like 3 or 4 times a day. Maybe in Australia.
Like every 3 hours or something.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It's insane, but I'm loving Gina. Are you still Team Gina?
Yes, I'm still Team Gina. Chica is a bit boring this season because everybody else is so rowdy. Catherine Zeta-Jones is really trying to be the star, and she's just not. You know, she's still talking about sex and whatever else she talks about.
Lydia? Are you talking about Lydia?
That's her name, yeah. I call her Catherine Zeta-Jones because it is Catherine Zeta-Jones.
For a second. I was like, okay. What show am I on?
Except
her
husband's way younger than Catherine Zeta-Jones' husband, so.
But she's kind of a dildo.
She's such a pain. She's just boring.
Yeah.
But she thinks she's fabulous, and I'm really not feeling the La Mascara bullshit. I mean, it's just like, you know,
I wish I would have had the confetti. I would have done it for you. La Mascara.
La Mascara. You got to have the wind blowing and La Mascara. Like what?
Yeah, just like the La Mascara.
And what does La Mascara? What does a mask have to do with tequila? I don't get it.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. You know, it's not like Casa Amigos. You know it. You know what that is, and you can translate it into, is it Homeboys, something like that, or you know, that's what it translates to in English, and it's George Clooney and his boys coming out with. It's a brilliant name, but what the hell does a mask have to do with? You take off your fake face when you get shit-faced on La Mascara? I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't know. So she's a bit pain in the ass, but she was a pain in the ass last year too. And it doesn't take psychic abilities to know that when Janet said, what do you think is going to happen with me and Gamble? Do you think she's going to be upset with me still? And giving her psychic advice of, oh yes, I think she's going to be mad with you for quite a while. Like, no shit, you called her a whore. Of course she's not going to forgive you overnight. You know, you don't have to be psychic. You kind of know.
But to Janet's defense, she brought it up.
Yeah.
And then Janet added and said, oh, you know, everyone's saying it, and there are people that don't really know each other that are saying the same thing.
Well, Janet didn't give names because obviously the slut woman, Gamble, she's having sex parties apparently with just her girlfriends in a pool. And didn't you think it was funny that she knew exactly what the sex party was in relation to? Like, oh, somebody has a sex party. You're blamed for it. You don't automatically go, oh, that must have been the day that my girls were over in the pool.
Not my girls.
You know, you would think, when did this happen? No, she came up with an answer like this. Oh, that was when the girls' car broke down and we all got in the pool together. That wasn't a sex party. It was just girls swimming. What, in the lady pond? I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, naked.
I didn't understand that. Didn't understand, didn't want to understand. But
well,
who else is on Melbourne?
A slut. Yeah, I don't care if she's a slut.
Who else is on Melbourne? Anybody?
Isn't there one more? Oh, the angels. The angels are all around me. The angels.
That's that mascara chick. She's
mascara, yeah.
Janet's hairdresser. And the hair.
Okay, first of all, the hair. You're not supposed to see where the tracks are, right?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to see the little wispy pieces.
The worst weave award ever. I was like, oh my god. It was worse than Nene League's hair wig. You know, the one that curls?
The Frankenstein wig.
I actually paused that and I said to my husband, I said, look at the state of this fucking thing on her head. And he was just like, what is that? And I'm like, it's her latest wig. And he went, is she trying on her outfits for Cinderella? Because maybe that would be a Cinderella wig for the show.
But then she was asked, and she didn't cop up to it. I thought she was too. That looked kind of wickedy stepmom hair, kind of Franken.
Very bad.
An ebony Franken woman.
Yes.
I don't know.
It was not cute. But then, I mean, and I think these women of Melbourne are they're so stiff, they're so robotic in their talking head parts. It's really, just scrap that part. You're not any good at it. And I think they're trying to be the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I mean, I think they want to be like Lisa Vanderpump, and I think they want to be Camille Grammer, and that. Yeah,
I think even though they're on TV, we can smell how they're trying to make this happen, and they're not.
And I'm really shocked. I'm shocked they got a season 2, and it's on at nighttime, not during the day on the Sunday.
I know. It's actually before Watch What Happens Live, which it's actually aired this time, so it did really well. All right, speaking of Lisa Vanderpump, speaking of Camille, let's wrap up our show with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The finale was last night. Kind of a dud finale, if you're going to ask me.
Oh, the most exciting part was I'm doing magic tricks. I'm like, Adrian, you jumped out of a fucking box. That was not a magic trick. I mean, Kathy Hilton was like, you do magic?
Here, I'm going to do a magic trick right now. Ta-da!
I'm going to put your arms up higher and have hair extensions. Oh, I don't have hair extensions.
I'm going to throw my little tea time cookies.
Oh, God.
I suck at magic.
Yeah. So does Adrian. And all the girls were having a chat, so they didn't even see it. She's like, "Didn't you see my magic? Do you think that Kathy Hilton's trying to be? Is she a housewife in training? She was on more last night than Kim was.
Saw your tweet about that. I think I even favorited it. Yeah, that is an interesting perspective of that. Kathy's been on it a lot more.
And Paris was on, and Nikki was on, and it was like the whole family was there. I'm like, why are we doing a whole segment? And why in the hell would Nikki Hilton, with all her money, have a book signing at her aunt's, is it a secondhand store?
It's
Kyle. It's not.
It's Kyle by then the designer's name.
Oh, I thought the 2 was secondhand. Sorry, Kyle.
I'm sure she feels much better now that you corrected that.
Okay, so it's Brand new. It's not seconds. It's brand new off the rack. Okay, so she does
brand
have
new
a
off the rack, yeah.
Well, let's talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, shall we? The entire fucking season of crazy. What do you think about Kim?
I think Kim is. I love Kim for a lunatic. I love her.
What do you
I think
about
that
the whole drug thing?
I saw a lot of people talking online and tweeting about how they're kind of sick of. Okay, we got it. You're in recovery. It's something you don't want to talk about. Stop talking about it.
So don't get off the goddamn show if you don't want to talk about it. You know, and to me, well, Lisa Rinna didn't do anything wrong. She wasn't asking personal questions. It was like, does she have a sponsor? This is like a typical thing. If hey, I'm Kim, I'm an alcoholic, and I'm in recovery for 3 years. Do you have a sponsor? Right. Yeah, no, don't talk about it. But with my problem with her is that well, first of all, she's still hanging out with her ex-husband of 20 years ago. Who's got a wife, by the way, or something, who also lives there with him.
I mean, one of the wives were there helping Kim get ready earlier in the season.
Yeah, I know. It's like, ooh, what the fuck is going on? So, I thought that was really strange that she brought the dying Monty to that party with Adrian Malouf. What the hell? Well, I'm not having I've been with my husband for 20 years. He has an ex-wife. If he's taken her to some fancy event, then the locks are changed and he's not getting back in the house. You know, it's not something I would do. It's not part of our lifestyle. I don't know what the hell. And she does this with all of her ex-husbands.
Does your husband and his ex have kids together?
Yes. But his daughter is 20. So.
Oh, then no.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I totally get that. Now, at one point, too, when the girls were talking and one of the ex-husbands came over, I forgot it to who, and says, yeah, Kim, I was drinking with your ex-husband. So the ex-husband, who's dying and in treatment, is still drinking, or... It
was Brandi Glanville's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend.
Yes,
that too. Drinking with your ex-husband. He's great. Mm-hmm. Great. Actually, I think he said husband. I was like...
He said husband, yeah.
She keeps referring to him as Monty, my husband. He is your ex-husband. He's long. You should be over him. Stop saying how much you love him. It's weird. It's really, really strange. But I was just like, ugh. But
well, you can love your good friend, but they're not married.
You can love you don't love your ex-husband that way. You don't let him move into your house.
Are very black and white.
Oh yeah, done.
In America, we kind of just go with the flow. So.
No. Well, that's what's fucking wrong with you all then.
So
you need to let it go, let it just bye-bye, you know. But anyway, I'm trying to get to the point. She took one of his pills.
Yeah.
And got stoned out of her fucking face, and then wants everyone to forget about it.
Right.
The problem is she was still acting loopy 3 or 4 weeks later, and she was supposedly in hospital for anywhere between 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, depending on who she was talking to. If you don't know how many days you were in hospital, first of all, then you're still not stopped taking Monty's pills.
The one pill.
The one. And I don't know what kind of pills a cancer patient gets for pain.
But I want some.
I think they're the ones that you have to like show your ID to get, and you're only you're not handing them out in a corner, and saying, "Oh, Kim, I know you've got a sore back," or what pain could she have possibly been in that was needed oxycodone or whatever it's called, or I just don't get it. And here's another thing: she said that she had to go into hospital the next again day because she had what was wrong with her throat. She had
the bronchitis and the coughing and cracked some ribs.
Yeah, she's sitting there smoking a goddamn cigar stoned out of her face. And I just don't get... And I never heard her cough once, which is a symptom of being sick with the bronchitis. You cough. She didn't cough. Maybe, I don't know. And I feel bad for Kyle because I know what it's like to have an alcoholic in the family, and you can't... The one time you say, I'm not answering the phone, they'll tell everybody that you've abandoned them. Mm-hmm. So I kind of get where Kyle's coming from. But having Brandi as your sober coach is probably the worst fucking idea on the planet.
It is if you're going to keep using and taking just the
Well, the
one
thing
pill.
is, you heard Brandy say in Amsterdam that the last time she smoked weed was with Kyle, and that was like a dig at Kyle. They're going to have to bring Brandy back next year because they're going to want Brandy to spill all this shit about Kim.
Oh, absolutely.
And you know that Brandy is going to be like, we were doing heroin, we were doing that. You know, she's going to just go over the top and lie about everything. You know, because as we all know, Lisa Vanderpump's a hooker, and lived in Calabasas or whatever, and, you know, whatever else she said. So it's just going to be...
Well, I think even Brandy calling Kyle a hypocrite, saying, yeah, you smoked pot the last time I did it was with you. Kyle wasn't saying I never did it. She just didn't want to say it on camera. And who can blame her?
Well, I did like what Lisa Rinna said was like, I know I have children, but my children also know I never give up. I never pass up a good piece of cake.
Yeah.
But I mean, and you know, I didn't understand why Lisa. I understood why Lisa last night would not say anything to Kim because she was terrified to say anything. Like, yeah, she said it. You know, they were trying to do an intervention, and those words were brought up though, and it really was. And you know, Lisa said it's not like we can do an intervention, and then Brandy said, why don't you do an intervention for all of us? So there was obviously some type of conversation there that was going on, but apparently Lisa can't say what was said. It was ridiculous. And I don't understand why Kim is so fucking defensive well, I know why she hates Eileen, who at the beginning of the season I hated Eileen. But
I love her.
As the season went on, I really, really love her. I think she's brilliant. Kim hates Eileen because Eileen is everything Kim thinks she should be. She's an actress, she's very successful, won the Emmys, got the big house, got the great husband, got the kids, she's together.
Handle her booze.
Yeah, and she doesn't have to say, I've been rich, I've been famous. She doesn't say that.
No.
Probably one of the most level-headed people on the damn show.
Oh, I love her.
That's why I think she's got such a freaking problem with, you know, with them. You know, that's why I really think I think that's why Kim hates her. I also think she hates Lisa Rinna because Lisa Rinna has been on everything, basically. She's done everything, and Kim doesn't get asked for anything. When she was on Diving with the Stars. You know, and I've never seen the Mountain Show, or movie or whatever she was on. I've never seen it.
Return to Witch Mountain?
I don't believe it was a big hit in Europe. I've not seen it. But I have seen...
She was 5.
Yeah, well, I have seen Lisa Vanderpump's movies, The St. Trinian's Girls, because they were huge hits in Britain because they were British movies.
Yeah.
So I know who that is. But I didn't know anything about Kim or Kyle Richards. I didn't know they existed. I knew who Paris Hilton was. I knew who Kathy Hilton was. I didn't know she had a family. So that's that part. I mean, and Yolanda is boring to me. Completely boring.
I don't think Yolanda's coming back.
I don't think so either, and I don't think it's coming back because of her health. No, it's nothing to do with boringness. I think they like the whole.
Both.
I think the David Foster thing keeps Bravo, like, you know, or maybe he'll have Sylvester Stallone over or something, you know, to his house for lunch. But whose party was it? Was it Lisa? It was Lisa Rinna's party, and she had Charlie Sheen's ex-wife there, and it was. I mean, we had Babyface from What's Her Chops, and Steven Tyler, but that was because David Foster was doing a big party. So
yeah.
That was it. And Kyle, okay. I mean, I'm a huge Duran Duran fan. If I'm having a charity event and some of the ones on stage, I'm not going to go, hey, just give me a sec. I'm going to get up there and make out with him. You know, I'm not going to get on the stage like a 5-year-old teeny bopper after Justin Bieber and be like, oh my God. No, you keep your fucking cool. You couldn't. Which was kind of funny, but I don't know. I don't want Kyle back. I think it should be Lisa and Lisa with Eileen, and that's it. Get rid of everybody else.
Well, everyone's saying that Lisa Rinna kind of took over the show this season.
Yeah.
I kind of agree in a way.
What else is she supposed to do? Of course, I mean, she's everything. I mean, she's really, really. I like Eileen as well, and I do love when Lisa earlier in the season when Lisa went shopping and they were both shit-faced drunk on one glass of wine. One glass of wine. Yeah, I mean, Lisa was just about falling out the chair while Lisa Rinna was in trying a dress on. You know, I mean, it was hilarious. These two women have drunk too much in the afternoon, and it's on camera, and I liked that. It was funny, it was normal, and it was real. The rest of it is like, fuck, you know?
So, Brandi Glanville slapping Lisa, big deal or not a big deal?
It is a big deal because you never put your hands on anybody, and Lisa had already... I watched it again, and Brandi had her arm around Lisa like this, around her neck, like, kiss me, and it was like not a joke, it was like, and it was like, get off of me, that's why she was saying, get off.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how hard you hit someone, it's like spitting in somebody's face. You just don't do it. You know, and I didn't like it. And I would be like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, we're done. You know? Yeah. But there was another part I just saw on Bravo today about they've got the little extra video clips that you don't see, unseen footage. And Brandi and her is talking about the red light district because that part wasn't shown on the show. They were talking about it, but it didn't go on. And Brandi was talking about the red light district and how these women are prostitutes and why she thinks it's okay. I mean, and then she says, well, you know, Lisa sleeps with a guy 25 years older and she gets a diamond, still digging at Lisa Vanderpump. I mean, why would you say that? You know, what about just because, you know, Lisa's been married. It's not like Lisa married him and divorced him 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
And, you know, they've been married for 33 years. Give the lady a break.
Or he cheated on her.
And he didn't leave her. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I just don't like, there's something, you cannot be that crude and think it's cool. Everything that comes out of her mouth is garbage. I mean, the whole thing that she said to Lisa about, do you want me to eat your lunch? I mean, why would you say that? It's disgusting. I think Lisa should have slapped the shit out of her. And then she broke a tree with the olive branch, like ripped the tree down.
Yeah, a huge thing of it.
Lisa's like, I imported that from Italy, you know, or wherever.
Here's the thing that I don't understand with Brandi, and I think that, you know, maybe it might confuse other people too, is when she says stuff like, hey, that's just me, accept me or take me or leave me. The things that you do are so bad. It's hard to do that.
Yeah, I know.
You know, and to sit there and go, but hey, I said I'm sorry. Everything should go back to normal. Burp, burp, burp. And it's really not the case. And it makes me think that, you know, especially when she surrounds people like, you know, Jennifer Jimenez. I have kind of a friendship with her. Jennifer is pretty down to earth, and I know they've known each other for a long time. They're really good friends. And I'm thinking, well, Jennifer's this way. She's good friends with Brandi. Maybe this is kind of a reality persona. And maybe she's just kind of magnifying this just for show. Is she really, really, really this bad? What do you think?
I don't know. I think she obviously was, there was a reason that she was not drinking on Watch What Happens Live last, 2 nights ago? Because of the bullshit she pulled before with, what's his name? Jeffrey Lewis. Yeah. It was a joke. But
and admitted to it.
Shit-faced on that show, and she slurs her words, and she's like flashing her boobs, and you know whatever else she's doing. I mean, even last night on the show, she was on her show on Beverly Hills. Kim sits down, and she's like, "Well, first of all, your nipples out, and second of all." I mean, just like it was the most normal fucking thing. I was like,
struggle. She was talking.
And then she walks out like this, walking out the door like this, with her tits covered.
I'm not going to listen to Kyle anymore.
I know. The thing is, if it was that bad, I'm trying to find something smaller than her handbag. She needed something about this size to cover that nipple. You know, this, because she's got no tits anyway. I mean, she's like a stick.
Big areolas, we don't know.
Maybe she pulls on them all day and they're, I don't know. True. But anyway, it was, I mean, Kim was just like, so first of all, your nipples out, and second of all, Kyle and everybody's like,
how's your dad?
Yeah, just like, Is that normal for Beverly Hills? Just like in, oh, your tits, John, your dick's hanging out.
Your dick, hey, zip up your zipper, your dick's hanging out. How's your mom?
Yeah, I know.
She's good. Oh, she's still recovering from surgery. Great.
Did you do your hair? I mean, you haven't showed her. Oh, and here's another thing. I saw Brandy was tweeting from fucking Cabo, whatever, tweeting that her dad was sick, and she was on vacation. So she went to Amsterdam, kissed her kids, and fucked off again. And then oh, and by the way, on Watch What Happens Live, she's saying her father's fine. Yeah. Last night or the night before, but she's like, he's dying! Dying! You don't care, Lisa! And Lisa's looking like, well, I met your father for 20 seconds, and we're not friends. I'm not calling people that I used to be friends with to say, I said I was sorry! What do you want me to do? Suck your dick, John? I mean, God, give me a break. I said I was sorry.
With my Burberry bag, you bitch.
I know. Cover your dick with your Burberry bag. But it just doesn't make sense, this whole irrational crap. And why is she with JR again? Does she just pull him out of the closet whenever she needs a date? I mean,
and what else you got in the closet?
Yeah, well, a couple of episodes ago, she was claiming, I think it was her that was claiming JR had cheated on her, and they were over.
Mm-hmm.
But why are you still hanging out with him?
She's greedy.
She is a little wagged. I mean, I don't know what. Maybe I don't think there's medicine that can help her though. But so, I don't know.
Did you hear about Kyle and Brandy running into each other?
Yes, I did. I heard Andy say it, and supposedly Kyle ran away, but we haven't heard Kyle's side of the story.
I heard it. It was last night.
But did you hear Kyle say her side?
Yeah. She said it on Watch What Happens Live last night. She said no, actually it was the other way around. Brandy ran out, and you can call Sephora in the meatpacking district. She goes, because I was still purchasing my lashes that I needed tonight, and I was there 20 more minutes. And was very confident when she said it, by the way, which is not like Kyle too much.
No, I missed Kyle last night. That's really shocking, because the night before, that's when Brandy had said that Kyle ran away.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I didn't know. I went to bed at 10 o'clock last night. I had bad allergies. Yes, I spent my birthday in bed. What a big deal. But it was just very strange to hear Brandy make that comment. And I don't know if Andy was scared when Brandy was on, because also Mike was on. And they're known for drinking way too much and getting slightly violent.
Totally.
So, it was a little bit. I was waiting for it to go crazy, but it didn't. It was kind of a really boring show, actually.
Yeah. So so we kind of need to wrap up our show a little bit. What are some of your thoughts when we go into next week with the reunion part 1?
Well, Brandy apparently says she feels vindicated at the end of it. I'm not exactly sure how that works. I'm looking forward to, well, apparently Yolanda has to leave because she's sick, which is sad, because you don't want anyone to be ill. I think Kyle and Kim are going to get into it because they haven't apparently seen each other for, 4 or 5 months?
Yeah, and Kim's dog bit one of their kids.
Well, I guarantee you, I'm gonna put this out here right now. I guarantee you, Kim blames Kyle's kids for getting bitten. Because she already did it in the press, and I guarantee you it's going to be her kid's fault because I've had the same bullshit happen with me, that a dog attacked my kid, but it was my kid's fault for sitting on the swing. Like, what? This dog flew at them, I don't know.
Kids were outside.
My kids were crashing on the planet. It was that poor dog. You're lucky it wasn't a big dog. It might have hurt. I mean, bullshit. My daughter still has a scar from. My daughter was like an infant. She was sitting on a swing, and a Dachshund came at her that was of relatives, and she still has a scar here and behind her ear where the dog got her, flew at her. Let's just put it out there. It was my fucking mother-in-law, who I hate. My mother-in-law had the nerve to say, "You're lucky it wasn't a big dog. It might have hurt." As my daughter's bleeding from the face, and we have to call the goddamn animal control.
Good
We got
Lord.
blamed for it, but we got blamed for it because she was sitting on a swing.
Yeah.
It was our fault. My husband was sitting right there. He saw the dog run past her. He was
That's
like, "What?"
awful.
So that's what I think is going to happen with Kyle. Kyle's going to get blamed. Her kid's fault. That crazy fucking dog is attacked everybody, including like the sound guy and the trainer. I think the dog's going to go mental. I think it's the dog's fault. The dog should be in a home with somebody that can take care of him.
Absolutely, in a proper home. I absolutely agree with you.
I don't think Kim is qualified to take care of herself, let alone a dog or a goldfish. You know, she shouldn't have it. So, all
right, Glammy, tell everybody where we can find you.
Well, what do you think is going to happen next week on this finale thing?
Just seeing the part where Brandy even looks at Andy and says, listen, I have taken it from these ladies and I'm not going to take it from you two. And to see her like freshly kind of Botox face, she looks very puffy compared to what she looks like.
Is it the hair, though? Because she's got hair short.
She's got the hair, but the cheek looks rounder. Yeah,
well, look how fat I look with short hair.
No, you don't.
Okay.
Oh, I'm kind of liking this look. Maybe I need a little bit of
Can I do that? Oh my God! Look, I'm Gamble. I'm Gamble.
You're Gamble, and I'm Brandy. Don't talk to me like that, Andy. So that's what I'm kind of looking forward to see how Andy kind of shuts her up. All right, guys, we have had so much fun talking about all our favorite Bravo shows, catching up ourselves. You can catch us every week right here at this time at noon Pacific time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, where we'll be chatting up all of our Bravo shows. You can tweet us. You can tweet me at Comedy Jonah, tweet Glammy at Princess Glammy. Follow us at Your Reality Recaps. Go to our website at yourrealityrecaps.com/Bravo for all of our content, where I read you the audio blogs from all the Housewives shows. You can read our blogs from every episode, and just let us know what you want us else to do, because we're having so much fun. All right, till next week. See ya. Bye, guys.
Bye.